my dear friends from India and the rest of the world. Friends, you will be glad to know that today is the World Youth Skills Day, which is observed in almost all countries of the world. It is very important that we trace the history of this important day. The United Nations, in the year 2014, in the month of November, resolved in the General Assembly that a day should be located and earmarked with a view to ensuring that youth of our world are trained well and skilled in a manner that they are quite useful to the society. Viewing this, July 15th was decided to be the day when all over the World Youth Skills Day will be observed. And there is a theme every year. This year theme is skilling for the resilient youth during COVID-19 and beyond. It means viewing the COVID-19 phenomena and its after effects, we have to get prepared. And in spite of all these troubles, we have to ensure that the youth, especially the young boys and girls, are trained well and skilled in a manner that viewing the new demand, and also in order to cater to the existing industries, service organizations, public sector, private sector organizations, government departments, ministries in the states, provinces, districts, counties, as well as countries. There is no problem of manpower, rather than skilled manpower. Viewing this, naturally today, all over the world, almost all the countries through their Ministry of Skill Development or Human Resource Development or Vocational Education Ministries or Education Ministries are prepared to really design a master plan paradigm to ensure that very soon the youth of the world are skilled well. Viewing this, in India also, we are finding that there is a Ministry of Skill Development where there is a good plan for the last several years. I think for the last about 15 years, there is a plan to provide skilling for the youth. We are spending tons of money and tons of money are spent all over the world. But we have to really have a foolproof strategy. To my mind, there is no good effect of the training because training methodology is weak, not foolproof, and that we spend money. The young boys and girls are spending their time, rather they are wasting their time, but the knowledge acquired is inadequate and not up to the mark and not up to date. So it is high time that we design a curriculum which is the latest curriculum, which is up to date, and especially we must create, in the matter of priority, the environment-friendly skilling in the area which are eco-friendly. In that case, we will be able to also control pollution. The climate change, which is causing disaster everywhere. In many countries, we are finding flood. In some countries, there are droughts. So these are the problems. How to solve these problems will also be the main point, the focus point and the focal point for designing the curriculum. Now, the important point is who are to be trained, who are to be skilled. There are different categories. There are young boys and girls with disabilities. We have to provide a special training for them and the methodology will be different. Accordingly, we have to provide training to the rural youth. Again, we have to provide training to the urban youth. We have to provide training for the migrant workers. We have to provide a special training to the girls who are also to be trained in order to cater to the needs of different service organizations, different educational institutions, training institutions, hotels establishments, tourism establishments, airline organizations, ticketing organizations, for that matter, ecotourism and sustainable tourism organizations, also in the information technology sector. So friends, this is very important that we try to understand as to how to do this. We have been finding that the ministries relating to skilling are there at the federal level, the central level, as well as the state level or the provincial level, and they are trying to do their utmost, but result is not satisfactory. What is happening? The governments and the government at the center are sometimes feeling that the universities are there to produce unemployeds and unemployables. So let us forget the universities and have some very small, useless, new organizations in the private sector with no infrastructure, no facilities, no experience, no expertise, and they are selected for providing skill development training. So we are spending tons of money. What these smaller organizations do, if they get from say 20 crore or 200 million rupees or in any currency to provide training, they go to the states where they have to train and then they locate the infrastructure because they don't have anything. This is very wrong. We'll go on spending money, even then nobody will be trained. If they are trained, the credit goes to them in spite of the faulty training system, because they have been trained because of the traditional system of training that their father and mother and family members were getting trained. The way they have been trained, they are also learning. Or somebody's guardian was in a factory, so in his or her place, new persons are there under apprenticeship. They have some poor knowledge and they acquire knowledge according to the specific need of that industry, so they can't go elsewhere. We have to forget all those techniques and we have to ensure that latest methodology with international curriculum, international collaboration are done. How it is going to be done? My proposal is that we have to involve the universities, because all those policymakers, bureaucrats, ministers, parliamentarians, legislators, everybody is trained in a college or a university. So, supposing we take the example of India, we have about 1200 universities, including central universities, state universities, private universities, deemed universities, and the institutions of national importance declared by the parliament. Very simple. We can make use of the 1200 universities, and we must give instructions that it is most urgent and compulsory for all the universities to introduce skill development programs. If they do it, you will be pleased to know that there are more than about 75,000 colleges directly affiliated to these universities. So they can also participate. There are engineering colleges, medical colleges, vocational colleges, IT colleges, and social science colleges, agricultural colleges, law colleges, everywhere colleges are there. So all together can always do it. I give a proposal that under one university we will have 500 centers attached to it. Those will be new centers located by the university by doing proper inspection. The centers can also be in the existing industrial organizations. For example, there are at least 10,000 big industries in India who have a training department. They cannot be asked to apply. They will not apply. The universities, authorities have to go and loiter in their corridors to ensure that they agree for providing training by having a skill development center within their campus. That is possible. For that matter, we can have an academic partner, a smaller institution who will provide theoretical training either in their campus or in the industries, where the training will be provided finally for 8 to 9 hours so far practical training is concerned. In that case, the knowledge acquired will be really very good and up to date, because they are not getting practical. The way in college some practical is there in the practical halls where knowledge is big zero. But supposing they would have gone to a chemical industry or a pharmaceutical industry, or for that matter a mechanical industry or an IT house, they would have acquired better knowledge. So the idea is to have industry academic partnership program. Only then we will be able to know as to how to design the curriculum, how the curriculum will be useful to the industry. We design a curriculum without consulting them. So by doing so, it is quite possible. Supposing we select 1200 universities. I know there are 1200, many will not agree, but I know it because I am the president of the Confederation of Indian Universities for coming 5 years, and that way I have calculated that there are 1200 universities. Those universities can further locate 500 kendras, 500 centers, 500 units. Total will be 600,000. Means in India we will say 6 lakhs. So there will be either 600,000 units or 6 lakhs units located by the universities, either in the industrial houses or service sector houses or a college or existing engineering college, medical college, pharmaceutical college or any other college. So that will be the idea. We have 600,000, 6 lakh centers. Now let each center locate only 500 students, trainees every year, not more. Supposing it is a 6 months program, then every 6 months we will have 250, a batch of 250, who will come, be placed under the guidance of that center in different training organizations where already some production is going on. Production of services or production of products or repair of products, or for that matter a motor mechanic or electrical house or thermal power plants or mining or steel or cement or pharmaceutical or leather or paper industry. These are major industries where training can be provided. Now imagine a situation where these young trainees will be there in the factories, all such factories. I have talked about 7-8 types of industrial houses. Besides the hotels, which are tourism organizations, or for that matter, paramedical organizations, like there are more than 10,000 hospitals, which are very good hospitals in India, where the trainees will be directly placed from the day one, where theoretical training will be done by the academic partner, the practical training will be done by the hospitals, and universities will be monitoring. The government of India, the Skill Development Ministry or the state machinery cannot monitor all this because they have no experience. The universities have been destined to do this. And if there is no quality, UGC will take care of this. They will do the surprise inspection and they can punish such universities who are not performing their duties. But yes, now supposing there are 600,000 centers and each center admits every year only 500, a very small number. You multiply, you will be pleased to know that there will be at least 300 million trained persons, boys and girls every year. In India we will call it 30 crore. The population is 138 crore and 1380 million, and we are providing 300 million, that is 30 crore persons trained. Very good result. You will say in first year only everyone will be trained. Who will be trained next year? No, there will be more persons because at least 600 million persons in India want training or retraining or refresher training. For 2 years, all right. But again, as soon as the 300 million, 30 crore persons will be trained, they want retraining. They want advanced training. Whatever knowledge they have, they can be retrained. So there will be advanced level training and there will be value addition to their courses. Whatever they know, some new knowledge, new technologies will be provided to them so that they are up to mark. Viewing the large number of organizations coming in India because of the fact that whatever producers were coming from China to the rest of the world, including India, USA, UK, Europe, Australia, Africa, Oceania, South America, North America, Asia, everywhere, barring a few countries, almost all countries will boycott China the best environment for manufacturing or service organization is India, viewing the trained manpower and the large population, which is bliss now, but certainly we would like to have a controlled population size. But now that the COVID environment is there, population is there, training facilities are there, so by combining all this, we can be the biggest reservoir of trained manpower, the largest inventory of trained manpower in India, so that it can cater to the growing needs of manpower all over the world. How it is possible? It is possible because we will be providing training to them, and the training will be provided in the industrial houses so that the knowledge is up to date, and once they complete their training, they can be either absorbed there or in the new industrial houses which are coming up. Whatever are the number of industries here, there will be 5 times more industrial environment there, but we would also like that side by side we must stress on the eco-friendly technologies and the skilling in the ecological area like plantation, nursery development or pollution control equipment, or for that matter alternative sources of energy including solar energy or wind energy or hydropower. All those things are there. We have to talk about organic farming, organic fertilizers, biopesticides, all those things. Even new areas can be located like vermicomposting. So we have to also think about the Honorable Prime Minister's program of Swachh Bharat, that is Clean India, where we can provide skilling training in the area of ecology and environment and cleanness, hygiene, sanitation, disaster management, sustainable development, peace studies, conflict resolution, bioinformatics, geoinformatics, everything can be taught. We have, that is why, located 4,500 vocational courses which I am going to present to the Government of India. The Honorable Prime Minister will get a copy of the entire proposal with a copy to the Honorable Human Resource Development Minister of India, as also to the Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Other countries' heads can also approach us. They can send an email. My email is ecology@ecology.edu. I repeat, ecology@ecology.edu. They can write to us. They can also write by post also. Our address is Confederation of Indian Universities, A14 15 16, Paryavaran Complex, New Delhi 110030. So anybody can write to us and they can send email to us. We will give them the details. Why are we giving the details? Especially in India, we urge all of you who are hearing me, who are my Facebook friends, and otherwise all our friends, collaborators, admirers, and for that matter other friends who are watching our program and my presentation, to kindly understand all this and ensure that your local member of parliament, your local minister, local member of the legislative assembly or member of the legislative council, everybody gets a copy, and they should ensure that whatever I have said is proposed to the Honorable Prime Minister, so that Honorable Prime Minister always involves the top body in the area of training and academics, that is universities. They should not forget the universities and depend on spurious organizations which are of no value. By doing so, it will be very much possible that whatever are the milestones can be achieved regarding the need for big manpower, and I am saying that 30 crore, that is 300 million trained persons will be available once we provide training in the 4,500 areas I have located, right from agriculture to sustainable agriculture to horticulture, or for that matter to organic farming or animal husbandry or ecology, environment, disaster management, sustainable development or biotechnology, nanotechnology, bioinformatics, geoinformatics, or for that matter, motor mechanic or the jobs and the trades in the steel, mining, petrochemical, pharmaceutical, paper, leather, thermal power plants or hydroelectric plants, everywhere it is there, especially in the area of alternate energy also, non-conventional energy also, jobs are possible. So that is why we have located 4,500 areas, and all those areas are such where the curriculum is ready, the study materials are ready. Now, under the COVID-19 environment, what is to be done? We have to also ensure that learning or through online education, besides the practical training in the industrial houses, they think about the role of police in the developmental system in order to ensure development of our society, development of our country. What is their role? Besides criminology and forensic science, law and order maintenance, that is all right. But we should not long for a day when there are more crimes and police will be useful. Let us long for a day when everything is peaceful. Then they have to have a role. They have a big responsibility to see that there are other better things going on in the society and everybody can be retrained. So the idea is to train each and every person. Everybody has to learn. There is no age limit for lifelong and continuing education. So I am sure you will try to understand, get in touch with me. We are ready with the proposal and we want that the same should reach the policy makers so that we start providing training, and every year we train 300 million persons in India, and accordingly more than 500 million in every continent. So with these words, I thank you for a patient hearing, and we will come back to you again very soon. Thank you. May peace prevail on this Mother Earth.